rays from the sunlight poured through his bedroom, waking his mind and his heart to this new day. And then he connected to light, a symphony of light, a symphony, a symphony of thoughts of tomorrow's mystical circles, knowing all knowledge and lover of deities. Thousands of birds see his light. They fly into his light, his symphony, his symphony of no man here on earth knew its real worth. One so wise, golden eagle flies, gold. Glimpse of the unreal, paled as it revealed certain plans, great secrets will be told. Mastered all that he found, mixing color with sound, energized and distracted by visionary words some fell, change of plans, great secrets will be told. Water is to life, fingers to the skies, signs that say a new world will unfold. Then he connected to light a symphony of light, a symphony, a symphony of
Welcome to Big Blend Radio with Nancy Reed and Lisa Smith. They're the crazy mother-daughter travel team and publishers of the digital magazines, Big Blend Radio and TV Magazine and Parks and Travel Magazine. Check it all out at bigblendmagazines.com. But most importantly, you just heard Symphony of Light. It is from the album A Symphonic Journey. It's also part of a DVD set. It's awesome, by symphonic rock legends Renaissance. And in celebration of their 50th anniversary, also featuring vocalist Annie Haslam, they're embarking on a 10-concert date tour of the United States, 5 special dates with the Renaissance Chamber Orchestra. So I encourage you to go to their website. It is renaissancetouring.com. Also keep up with them on Facebook, all the social media side. But this is very exciting, and we're very excited to have Annie back on the show with us. How are you, Annie?
I'm good, thank you very much. Yeah, it's nice to be back. It seems like 5 minutes ago.
I know you were here. I was looking it up. It was actually before you did a tour, before you were doing Symphonic Journey. It was back in 2007 you were on the show. I was like, wow.
17.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
That was, woo. And I remember, oh my gosh, you were talking about all your guitars, and I keep sending them showing artists. There's an artist out in Silver City, New Mexico, who paints guitars too. And I'm like, well, have you seen Annie's? That's like but yeah, are you still painting?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'll never stop painting.
Oh.
I mean, I'll when I come off the road, hopefully I'll still carry on singing when I'm not doing live work. But yeah, the painting will take over probably at that point. I do it. I still do it, of course. Yeah.
Wow. And this 50 years, I was seeing that you did an Indiegogo campaign because you're going to be doing a major recording, and I saw that your guitars and your artwork was all part of that. So I'm like, yay! But tell us about this special concert series, because people could actually be part of that filming project.
Well, yes. The Indiegogo project we did, which is really a fantastic tool for many entrepreneurs and everybody, really. It's a wonderful invention, I would say. And as we don't have a record label anymore, like a lot of bands are in that situation. It's just the way of the music business now. Then it's just too much money to kind of try and get together to record anything like that. So we did another Indiegogo project, which it's still up actually, and still offering some of my painting things as well, like clocks and tissue boxes and everything like that. Not everything like that, but they've got, and I write out lyrics, and we do house concerts as well. So there's some interesting things on there. Or if you just wanted to get the new DVD when it comes out, that would be fine. It would just helps the band to keep going. And yeah, I'm very excited about these shows. I can't believe. I mean, I've been in the band. I joined 1971.
Wow.
Jim McCarthy's joining us in the Keswick in. Actually, and in New York as well, but the 11th and the 12th. But on the 12th, we're going to be filming that. And and Jim McCarthy and Keith Ralph, of course, were the founding members of the Yardbirds and Renaissance. So it's like I was talking to the other day, because Jim lives in France now, and we were talking and reminiscing, and saying, wow, it's come full circle.
It's
really
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, when you think 50 years, and then when you think about, do you remember the first time you set foot on stage with them?
With Renaissance?
Mm-hmm.
I do. It was in Germany. I was
Oh,
terrified. I was terrified. Yeah, I was. It was in Germany. I don't remember where, but I got the job. I got the phone call on January 1st, 1971, and within 3 weeks we were touring in Germany. 3 or 4 weeks, I think it was. Yeah,
wow.
we did a lot of work in Europe in the first couple of years that I was with the band,
And
and
it goes through different stages with bands, especially, just because the magnitude of your sound is just so layered and it's beautiful and you are on a journey. That's I love Symphony of Light, and I love that it's a symphonic journey, because that's really, when I listen to your music, I don't know, it feels good, and I feel like we really need your kind of music right now. I think the world needs to feel good.
yeah, it is good music. It was always, and it's still unique. Symphony of Light is about Leonardo da Vinci. I didn't know if you knew that.
Wow, wow, I didn't know that. And so
Yeah.
no, so Leonardo da Vinci. Now, did that yet? Is that because of you being in the arts? Did you
Well,
start?
he's my favorite painter,
Hmm.
and I was I went to see, actually went to see the movie The Da Vinci Code, and
Mm.
when I paint, I something might spark me off, but I don't physically remember it at all. Maybe a week later, something will come when I'm painting, because I don't usually think about anything unless I'm doing a pet portrait or something specific.
Mm.
And then this painting, I had some paint left over at the end of the day, and it was like kind of a dark brown and black and beige and golden yellow and red and black. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do a painting. Because I don't waste paint. I make it go a long way.
Mm.
And I came up with this painting called Leonardo da Vinci, and there's a dragonfly in it, but I was going to put a star in there, and then something. It's almost like somebody got hold of my hand and made me. I was just doing things with my brush, fiddling around with it, not thinking what I was going to be doing, like a dragonfly. Yet it just came out. It was a dragonfly.
Oh.
And that painting, that was the painting. And when we were doing the album, I said to Michael Dunford, I said, I would love to do a song about Leonardo da Vinci.
Mm.
And he said, no, it's too literal. I said, well, you remember that song, Starry, Starry Night? Da, 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 da. Do you know that song? He said,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought it's about Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so anyway, he said, well, no, I still don't think we should do it. So anyway, we did, of course, But,
and you'll get your paintbrushes out of him, But that's,
yeah.
well, Da Vinci, I mean, it's just I think he's, I don't know, one of the most important people on earth,
Yes. Oh, I agree. And, the weirdest thing is, I must tell you this is kind of really interesting. And like, I was in shock. My boyfriend was putting a new floor down in my kitchen. We just put in linoleum down. We took two sets of floors up, like most people do, put one on top of the other, And my house was built in 1965, so it had 2 floors, that we had to rip up. Actually, 1, 2, or was it 3? Anyway, when we got the last one up, on the floor, on the basic floor underneath, was the dragonfly, a drawing of that dragonfly. I know it sounds like I'm not making it up.
Yeah, but that's see, synchronicity.
Yeah, so it was a drawing. It looked like it was done with charcoal or something.
Wow.
But it was exactly that. It was a dragonfly that I did in this painting.
Wow. You know
And
what?
it was under the floor.
Well, think about it. Think about, Da Vinci and the helicopter thing that he drove,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that, and how he was into flight, and the Wright brothers.
Of
And you
course.
look at those are dragonflies.
Of course.
I photographed this dragonfly in a swamp in Louisiana. It was like this bog garden swamp thing. And I got and this dude just looked at me, and I was like, wow, it's like he's wearing these goggles. That these dragonflies are weird. There's a trippy thing. There's a beauty, yet there's a feisty part of them,
So doesn't the damsel fly, the female, eat the male after they've had sex?
Yeah, like the praying mantis.
Yeah,
There's
I
some
think so.
crazy stuff right there. I mean,
Yeah,
why
oh
not?
God.
My
Yeah.
gosh, this is nice. But I do want to tell you one of the cool things about Da Vinci is that some of the oldest grapevines in the world for making wine were at his garden. So he is one of the first winemakers. So I think that's
Really?
cool. Yeah, I think that's very cool, don't you?
Wow.
I
Yeah.
just think it's
I,
important.
I don't. Well, I know. I only know that. Let's see. That it must have been where he lived, because the last 2 years of his life, he was lived in a chateau. He had an apartment in the chateau, but the King of France gave him a chateau to live in for the last 2 years of his life.
Yeah, so it wasn't that part. Yeah, but it
Yeah,
was.
and he looked after him like he was his own father. Apparently,
Oh, wow.
I think he died in his arms.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
can
know,
go
it's
way
amazing.
back. Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about this tour. You're gonna, go on do this live dates. I mean, it's happening in a few days here. So it's pretty much all. It looks like it's all back east.
Yes. Well, yeah. Sadly, because when you've got a six-piece band and two crew, it's difficult to go elsewhere across the country, because
Yeah.
the promoters, because we did do well on the West Coast, but not as well as on the East Coast. But the promoters can't take a chance. They can, but they can't give us enough money to pay the expenses, and so that it doesn't work. And a lot of people get really upset about it. But the weird thing is, we can go to Japan or Brazil because they pay us enough money to go there.
See, we need the patrons of the arts, but in a way,
Yeah.
I look at it where, yeah, we need to, jack it up a bit more in the Western world in regards for the music and the arts.
Yeah.
It really is, because the whole industry is it's upside down and crazy. But
Yes, it is.
But you're there and you're able to do this massive recording and these, doing these DVD sets so people can experience it if they're not
Yeah.
there in person. I think it just, you guys you'll have a 100th anniversary because of it. Why not? Be immortal.
Do you think I'll still be alive?
Hey, why don't not? So I mean, to me, it's magic, because
Yeah.
it keeps it. You're in the vault of history when you do this, and of course when you record music. But for people to see that kind of scope, especially with an orchestra, what's it like with singing with an orchestra? That's got to be like
Oh
empowering.
God, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I remember when John Towt and I were in the studio when we were recording Ashes Are Burning, the album, and the orchestra came in to record Carpet of the Sun. And it's the first time we heard it played with an orchestra. And John and I were in the control room, and they started playing, and John and I looked at each other and started crying. But oh my God, there's nothing like it. It's just, and I was trained as an opera singer by an opera singer, I sounded like Joan Baez when I started out. But after she finished with me, I found my voice, and I found 5 octaves. But what happened earlier this year, which was something really special as well, was that I got an email from Dave Cousins from the Straubs asking me if I would join him at their 50th anniversary again this year in April, and perform "Who Knows Where the Time Goes" with the 30-piece orchestra, with Tony Visconti writing the score and conducting.
Wow. Was this in New Jersey?
It was in New Jersey at the Strand Theatre.
Yeah, one of our travel writers went there to the concert. Her and her husband travel the world following bands. Seriously.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she went. I think she did. Was it Curved Air? She went to see, and then she went to see the Straubs in April in New Jersey. They went on vacation just to see them.
Yeah.
And so
No, it was wonderful to perform. Well, it was. There were actually Larry Fast. I don't know if you know Larry Fast. And he played keyboards, and I think Chaz from Straws played some bass on it. Hang on a second, let me think. No, that was the other one. No, this was just me and orchestra. That's right. The Sandy Denny one, "Who Knows Where the Time Goes," and she's got my favorite voice, I think. Sandy Denny, wonderful voice she had.
I mean, when you go and like with this, going and having this orchestra, do you practice with them, or do you just all get up there and do it?
Well, we went through the song maybe twice at sound check, but we couldn't do it any more than that because it was so many people on the show. It was over a weekend, and there was just masses of people everywhere.
Wow.
You know, somebody would go off stage and somebody else would come on. But it worked very well. Dave did a great job with it. My God, that was a huge thing. I mean, this has been huge to work out as well, you know. But Jim's going to be joining us for the song that got me the job with Renaissance, which is called Island, and he wrote that with Keith Relf and Beethoven, actually.
Oh.
It's got Beethoven. Yeah.
You know, wow. But it's going to be epic. I think it's really exciting. I want to play "Carpet of the Sun" for everybody. Do you mind if we play that real quick?
No, that's a great little song. Yeah.
Here it is, everybody, "Carpet of the Sun." And again, it's actually on the albums out right now, album and DVD. You can go get it now. Go to renaissancetouring.com and take a listen.
Come along with me down into the world of seeing. Come and you'll be free. Take the time to find the feeling. See everything on its own, and you'll find you know the way, and you know the things you're shown. Oh, everything to the day. Shores of time, of oceans, mountains, deep parts of the world that you live in. You are the part that you're giving. Come into the day, feel the sunshine warmth around you, sounds from far away. Music of the love that found you, the seed that you plant today. Tomorrow will be a tree, and living goes on this way. It's all part of you and me. See the carpet of the sun, the green grass and sweet sounds upon the shores of time. Oceans, mountains, deep parts of the world that you live in. You are the part that you're giving.
You're listening to Big Blend Radio, and you just heard Carpet of the Sun by Renaissance, and featuring Annie Haslam, who is on the show with us today, getting ready to celebrate 50 years of Renaissance and doing a tour on the East Coast, starting October 10th and running through to October 20th. So you want to go to their website, renaissancetouring.com. And Annie, again, good to have you back on the show, and so excited about this 50th anniversary. And we know there's going to be more. But when you look at your career, because you also had a solo career, you're also an amazing artist. How do you have any special things that you do for keeping your voice in such good condition and to hit those notes? I mean, 5 octaves. Yikes. How do you do that?
Very good for calling the cats. You know? I remember my mum, I think my mum probably could have been a singer. I had no idea. My father was an amateur comedian singer. My brother Michael, was managed by Brian Epstein. I think we went through that before. But my mum, when I was a little girl and I was playing outside, this is when we lived up north, and she'd go, "Oh, Anne," and it only kind of went into my brain in a different way when somebody asked me a question about my family and singing, and then I thought, oh my God, and I remember the notes. I remember doing it, and it would cut through anything, And I'd be down at the end of the street, and she'd be going, oh, Aran, she'd call me, yeah. But
Wow.
Gosh. What was the question?
No, I was going to say, how do you keep your voice? Do you do?
Oh, right, yeah. Well,
call yourself.
Well, I found out recently, and I think that I'm singing much better when I don't drink any alcohol at all. Not that I'm a big drinker, because it's acidic and it's not good for the vocal cords. Plus, I love Indian food. And that's another one that I stopped I mean, I think I'll probably, when the end of the tour, I'll go and have a nice curry and a bottle of French champagne or something like that.
I know, yeah. So I knew about the alcohol, but I didn't know.
It's a killer. Coffee's acidic. Anything that's acidic is going to grab the bucket. Orange juice, killer. Yeah, so if you want your voice to be clear, like a bell tone, then that's what you have to do. You have to cut out alcohol. And not completely, but if you're doing a tour or anything special, cut it out then completely. But you can drink it occasionally, but not when you're doing any shows. That's a bad idea. Particularly, I've never drank anything on stage or before, but I have drunk a glass of wine afterwards until I realized I thought that wasn't the right thing to do.
Wow, because you would think, have a glass afterwards, and you see a lot of bands when they've got like their beer on stage, and
of course,
and then you go, oh wow,
it's the same thing. Yep, beer's the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, and it's got the malt and all of that in there too. And I wonder about the yeast affecting the vocal cords too.
I don't know. I've never drank beer before I've gone on stage, but I have had a glass of wine after, and I'm not going to do that this time round because it makes a difference. It definitely does do something.
I never thought of that. Now, speaking of wine, a friend of ours, Jan Close, was on the show a little while ago with his album In Tandem, and you're on the album. I was like,
oh yes,
and because he's got the song Pour the Champagne, which we love, but you did Don't Give Up with him.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That happened when he opened up for my Christmas show a couple of years back, and the Sellersville Theatre. I'm doing it again this year. And after the show, he was staying next door at the Washington House, and my boyfriend and I went up for a glass of wine after the show. It was pretty late, and we went up there, and he got his guitar out, and we're just playing around. And then I brought it up. I said, why don't we do something together? And I said, what my favorite song is? I said, Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel. And we just started playing around with it then, and that was it. It was born,
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So now, anything in particular that you're really excited about performing on this tour?
Well,
and recording?
Everything we're doing everything except the first song, which is Prologue, there's no reason to start with anything else because that's what it is, and it's great for warming up my voice because it's straight. The easiest notes for me are high, So it starts off high and it kind of gets me sung in. That song is really good for that. But I'm very much looking forward to doing, Ocean Gypsy with orchestra, Midas Man with orchestra, They're the Dreamer and Opening Out, Mystic and the Muse, which is a new one that we did, this time round. I think 2009 we wrote that together, Mickey and I. But all the orchestra, it's just an amazing feeling, and it's difficult to put into words.
Yeah,
it's
a
like a
powerful
dream.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dream for any singer, but particularly for a singer, to sing with an orchestra. My God, that's why the Straub thing was wonderful, because that first one, Sandy's song, was just me and the orchestra and Tony, conducting, and then and I did another song that night called Reaching Out, which was it was on an album called the Intergalactic Touring Band. That came out in '79. A lot of people have got that, actually. And it's just a feeling. It's just this. That's another one that kind of makes me. I want to cry when I hear. There's certain notes, but the music of Renaissance is, as you say, is so special and so melodic. There's so strong, beautiful, luxurious, calming melodies, except for something like Mother Rush. But even so, the melodies in there are just fantastic. It's all balanced out,
Oh, we're going to play Mother Russia. We've got to play that for everyone.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to touch on is because your music, it flows. Like I love that when you talk about symphonic journey, because that's how it is. Like I was saying in the beginning, it just flows and it's beautiful. It just, you feel good. And I was talking to another musician. I said, well, some music you hear, I said, it's almost like if when you don't like it, it's like it's almost making your chakras angry. I know that sounds weird, but I think with your music, there's something that it flows through all your chakras. I'm not trying to be weird or woo-woo here.
Yeah, I know you mean. Yep.
Yeah, and when you look at your art, there's just, to me, it is all one. I think Renaissance in your art is this one, pile of beauty that it's Mother Nature, to me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's. I think you guys have got. It's Mother Nature with what you're doing. It's Earth Mama.
Yeah.
It's
that's
good.
what we all should. I mean, that's how we all should be thinking right now. Thinking about the Earth and how we can put it right.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and the animal kingdom. It's got to be put right. It can't just die. Like this. So yeah, no, it's very. But music is very powerful, and interviews are very powerful too. It's nice, when you can spread good stuff.
Oh,
as well.
That's the other thing. Yeah, with us, like with our radio and magazines and everything, it's, we used to do political stuff and call the White House, and then it becomes this everybody's calling everybody things, and now I feel like we really, as anybody who has a vocal spotlight somewhere, or is in any kind of messenger, and music is a messenger, it's a healer, it's all of these beautiful things. It is up to us to spread good, or inspire, inform, educate. That's kind of where our mission is to make things better, not worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So you guys definitely do that. And so good having you on the show. So excited for you and for all of us, because you're recording this. So if we can't make it to the shows, but everybody, gosh, you're going to get it. It's going to be jam-packed. Are you going to meet any of the fans afterwards and do signings or anything like that?
If I'm not too tired, I think I found that it is starting. The traveling is. I think it's probably the traveling is starting to tire me out a little bit, to be quite honest. So, and then, of course, when I feel tired, I've got to be careful, because it can affect my voice.
Right.
So, I would try my best to do that, but I cannot promise, because it depends on, what the day's like for me. But I will do my best.
Do you get a lot of people email the band and message you guys on Facebook and say hi, and the excitement for people, fans, there's fans out there from day one,
Oh yeah. There's lots of comments, that I answer. People ask things and everything. I've got my own Facebook page as well, so
yeah.
There's I can be silly on that one.
Everyone, go to AnnieHaslam.com too. And, just a joy to have you on here. Thank you for the beautiful music and the beautiful art. Beautiful
Yeah.
message. We're going to play Mother Russia. I do have to give a shout out to our sponsor of today's segment, which is the National Parks Arts Foundation. They are awesome. If you're an author, writer, musician, filmmaker, anything that you do in the arts, you could go and stay for a month as an artist in residence in a national park anywhere in this country. They have them in Hawaii volcanoes, dry tortugas. I mean, it's awesome. Just check them out at nationalparksartsfoundation.org. It's one of the best organizations out there. Don't forget, Big Blend Radio airs Sunday through Friday. The whole schedule of when episodes go live and what and where is up on bigblendradio.com. As always, thank you for joining us. And here it is. We're going to play Mother Russia. Don't forget, keep up with Renaissance. Go to renaissancetouring.com. Thank you so much, Annie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pays the price, works the seasons through.